Hello team, today's challenge is lucky number, where we're given a person's name and we need to calculate their lucky number based on their first and last name. So we'll need to split it apart. We'll need to round up the vowels and consonants for each part. And then we do some weird stuff where we multiply the smallest vowel, the smallest consonant counts, by the smallest name part, the smallest length. And then we do the same for the largest vowels, the largest consonants, the largest part of the name. And then we subtract large from or small from large to get that lucky number. And if it's 0, well, then we give them the most lucky number of all, lucky number 13. So here we go. Okay. It is a lot of math. There's a lot of math in here and a lot of repeating math. So the real secret to this challenge is how do we make that all that duplicate math in a way where we can maintain it really easily. Okay. So jumping in, we are going to take that name. Let's call it, I'm going to call it parts. I originally had it as words, but parts feels like a better thing. Okay. Parts is going to be name.split. Now we are guaranteed to split on a space. That's what FreeCodeCamp has given us. I like to hedge my bets a little bit by saying any sort of white space and as much white space as you throw at it. So if they accidentally put an extra space in here, not a problem. I'm going to be able to handle that. Okay. You'll notice that we did not destructure, and we did not destructure because, again, I want to hedge my bets here. And the idea is that we use the first and last parts of the name. But a lot of names have multiple parts in the middle, right? There could be middle names. There could be multiple parts to the family name, depending on where you are. And really, like the family name could come first, right? There's lots of different variants on this. So I'm going to set it up with the assumption that maybe, just maybe, we get a middle name in here. And we want to ignore the middle name for now, okay? So right here we have that. First, I'm going to set that equal to parts at 0. And then I'm going to do the same with last. Okay, and last is going to be -1, which gives me the last part. Okay, now on here, I want to be able to get the vowels, the consonants, and the length, right? And yes, I could get length by going first.length, but having it all packaged up and ready to go feels very comfortable to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these, jump to the end, wrap it up, and put it in a function that I've called word stats. Okay. Word stats is a function that I have not created yet, and I'm still on multi-cursors. Let's not do that. So up here, I have that function of word stats, and I'm passing in whatever the word is, okay? Now, inside of here, I want to get the vowels. So right here is the vowels. We're going to set that equal to word.replace. We're replacing what? Well, it's anything that is not a vowel, okay? So right here, we jump in and we say not, A-E-I-O-U, just like this. We're going to set that to global, case insensitive, and replace it with an empty string, okay? Double quotes, single quotes, whatever you want. We're going to do the same thing with consonants. So consonants, too many N's, consonants, brilliant. And this time we want anything that is a vowel. What we're doing here with this replace is we're saying get rid of anything that is not a vowel and get rid of anything that is a vowel, okay? And then on the end of that, we get the length and the length, which sets us up, okay? Down here, we are going to return all of that. So we get the vowels, vowels, just like this. We get the consonants, excellent, and we get the length, right? Why not do it here? It makes it easy, so let's just do that. That's going to be word.length, okay? And the nice thing about this word stats function is that we could build into it. So if we wanted to return capitals or lowercase or stuff like that, we can add more information to this and it will still work, okay? So word stats right there, we're getting that information right here, which means that now we need to figure out how to do the math, okay? And the math is kind of like this. We get, as an example, math.min, okay? Math.min is going to be whatever that first dot vowels, sorry, and last dot vowels. Come on, do it right. There's a comma. Last dot vowels. Okay. I can really, typing, it throws me for a loop sometimes. So we get the first vowels, the last vowels, we get the minimum value. Then we do that for the consonants. Then we do that for the word length. We multiply them all up, and that gives us our min. And then we do it again for the max, for the vowels and the consonants and the length, right? And we subtract the max. We go max minus min to get our number, right? Well, again, there's a lot of repeating in there. So what if we could do this in a way where it sort of works itself, right? And we can. So what we do is we go let, actually that could be a const now that I'm thinking about it, but let min and max just like this. And we're going to set it through an array. And this array is going to have min and max, both in quotes, just like that. We're going to map over those and send them out the door. Now I'm going to call this method, just like this. And inside of here, we are going to do that math. So instead of math.max or math.min, it's going to be math method. And this might surprise some of you that even on the math interface, the math object, we can use square brackets to access these things. We've always done it with dot syntax, but we absolutely can, right? We absolutely can do this. So right down here, we can go return, and just for peace of mind, you don't actually need these parentheses, but I like it, okay? We take this and we go here, and then we multiply by the next one, which is the math method for consonants. So double selecting multiple cursors, sorry, consonants like this. And again, one more for the length, okay? And that does it. Again, because of how this works, I like putting the parentheses around here because I dropped it to a new line, right? You technically don't need them. It sort of figures itself out, but it might not. So I like those parentheses, which means that we get that. And we do it for min, math.min and math.max, which gives us our min and our max, and we are in good shape. Are there other ways to set this up? Yes, right? We could reduce, we could just loop over it. Lots of different options. I picked this one today because I'm not too worried about the looping mechanism. I'm more worried about the internals, okay? With that, we go down here and we get our num. So this is going to be our output. We're going to set it to max minus min, just like this. And then down here, we go output. Output could be 0, and 0 is falsy, right? So we can actually go or 13, which does it, okay? There's a small catch in here. I don't know how it would happen, but I see it and it worries me, right? The idea that this could be a negative number, right? Do we have lucky negative numbers? I don't know, right? But one thing that we could do if there's a chance that max could be less than min is we could actually wrap this to math.abs and it will always work. In fact, now it will work if we reverse these. So if I go min minus max, it still works, right? Because all we're doing is dropping the sign at that point. So a little bit of an extra thing. I don't know if it's actually needed today, but I like it, right? And we're already using a lot of math, so not a problem to add that little extra thing on there, okay? But this is it. Again, the whole thing was to reduce the amount of duplicate code. And this whole block right here, you would see it at least twice. Well, at most twice too, when you think about it. But you would have to get the min and max for vowels, and the min and max for consonants, and the min and max for length. And then you would have to do each one of these mathematical things. So you'd have to multiply min vowels and min consonants and min length, and then multiply max vowels, max consonants, max length. And then from there, you would be able to do your output. Well, this simplifies things in my mind, and it's very easy for me to understand. Hopefully it is for you too. And it gets the job done. And then again, a little utility here to make our lives easier. If we need to expand on this later, it's easy, okay? That's it for today. Again, not every solution, just hopefully one good solution. If you liked it, if you hated it, if you went a completely different way and you want to show that in my comments, absolutely do. Otherwise, today this has been Lucky Number, and I will see you in the next one.